Hey Capricorn, thank you for joining me today, guys. So we're going to use the fortune reading cards today. We're going to set the tone that way. I want to know sort of what we're going to be talking about. If we're going to be talking about career, love, money, what's going on in Capricorn's life. So universe, spirit, and the powers that be, if you can pick one of these cards. Sorry, tell us about what's going on for Capricorn. We had one pop out. Phoenix, be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. This might be something that Capricorn's dealing with. Maybe they had something go on in their life, something that was life-changing, life-altering. It sort of changed the landscape around them. This might even be something that you're going through currently as well. We're going to use this psychic oracle deck. Sort of clarify this, and we have one pop out already. Third eye chakra. Interesting. A third eye chakra is definitely that psychic side of you. That trusting your intuition to help guide you. That deep knowing as well. And triumph. And this is about the renewal. This is about this moving forward, this next chapter, this healing and moving beyond. You're going to come out on top of whatever the situation is, if you haven't already. And mental conflict. I see the word why. When I see the mental conflict card, it's like trying to find closure about something, trying to find out maybe why somebody did something to you. There might be a second energy involved with whatever this Phoenix situation was, and being able to sort of understand that, or struggling to understand that. We do have love begins though, and this is about this renewal. This moving forward in this new chapter, this loving life again, loving yourself again. Perhaps this might even be a someone as well for some of you. We do have memories of love. So processing that loss, processing all the emotions that go along with this change that happened. We're going to pull a couple more here. Financial and material changes. So this is part of what this crisis has brought. It's brought a lot of change to your life. And that's why I'm saying this, it changed the landscape of your life, of the way that you were living. It brought about a pretty heavy change. And heartache and loss. So still processing the loss, still healing your heart. And this is tied to the mental conflict. It is tied to the whys. It's tied to finding closure. We have the power card, and the power card, it speaks of taking your power back. It speaks of empowerment. This is part of this rebirth and this renewal as well. And rejoice in celebration. So for some of you, that might be tied into this change too. There might be something that you're still waiting for, and it might tie into the triumph, the financial, the material changes, depending on what you're going through. And being able to have something to celebrate, something that gives finality to a situation and allows you to move forward. The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles represents learning. He's sometimes called the Apprentice card as well. As learning, it's hard work. I definitely see it's part of this transitional process. It's learning things. It might be learning about secrets or things being uncovered. This could be about learning about yourself in this new chapter of your life and being able to recognize your own strength and your own power in this new chapter. We also have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords does represent heartbreak. It represents separation. Because there's three swords, sometimes it can speak to a third party. Sometimes that was part of what this crisis was that the Phoenix card is talking about. It was heartbreaking. You had that heartache. You have that loss. There's something that you're grieving here. And the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups represents an emotional victory. The Page of Cups is tied to this rejoice and celebration. It's tied to happier times. It's tied to some sort of a change or news that might be coming or has already come your way that triggered this rejoice and celebration. That because I feel like this is a journey that probably more than a few of you are on, but are at different stages in this journey. Because I feel like some of you are probably still moving forward, still healing, but haven't yet found that rejoice and celebration. I feel like others of you are moving further along this path and have had whatever this finality is and are now looking to rebuild as well. I also have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is that standing up for your ideals, standing up for yourself, setting boundaries, drawing your line in the sand, taking back your power. And that might have been part of what this heartache was for some of you. As someone did something, you had to set boundaries. You had to stand up for yourself. You had to draw your line in the sand and say enough. This is also about this new transition as well, and the Power card and taking back control and starting fresh. And sort of putting yourself back at the top of the list too, and that respect, that others respecting you and respecting yourself, and not allowing whatever this was in the past to happen again. So living a different way. That's part of this Eight of Pentacles, this learning from whatever this was, so that you don't have to feel this heartbreak again, so that you don't go through it again. And the Page of Swords, you can represent that good news on the way. And this might be speaking to this change, this financial and material change that's happening, this triumph. The good news that the Page of Cups is speaking about. Because it's emotional, but it's something else. It also ties into the Seven of Wands and this taking back control, because we do have the same suit here. So for some of you, it's going to be good news because you drew your line in the sand. This action that the Seven of Wands is speaking to is bringing rewards. Part of those rewards are most definitely emotional, and that happiness. And the Eight of Swords as well. So it's trapped in fears, trapped in lies. Maybe someone pulling the wool over someone else's eyes, or trying to manipulate them with what they're saying. But finding out the truth has been freeing. I do see freeing. Whatever this is, this Seven of Wands, this action represents, it was freeing. It freed someone from this Eight of Swords. And the Wheel of Fortune. Fortune's changing for the better, and that's part of this Seven of Wands as well. This action. This has changed the Wheel of Fortune. This has changed somebody's fortune. So this is your Phoenix card. This is this period of renewal after a crisis. So this is going through the shit and then coming out to something better on the other side. The King of Cups. So cups can be representative of somebody who is a water sign. So it could possibly be speaking to somebody who is a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. Possibly. Cups also speaks to emotion. And this could speak to this manipulation and trying to keep somebody in the state of Eight of Swords. He can be moody. He can be manipulative as well. And this might be what this is representing. That this person was keeping somebody in this Eight of Swords way of thinking until this person did this action that the Seven of Wands represents, standing up for themselves, drawing their line in the sand, saying enough, and bringing about a change, bringing about a renewal, taking their power back in a situation. The Queen of Swords, this truth, honesty, in breaking free from these swords. Because she almost always, to me, when she's upright, she represents that honesty and that integrity and truth and being true to oneself. I do get pulled back to the third eye chakra too, so it was like a truth that somebody instinctively knew as well. And maybe it was confronting this truth that they suspected, or that part of them knew. And this is part of the Seven of Wands, is confronting the situation, digging deep for that courage to confront this situation for what it was. And the Six of Pentacles. Abundance. I see abundance in this card. It can represent a few things. In this card, though, I do definitely see that abundance, and I feel like this is part of this good news that this person is going to get by taking this action and standing up for themselves and taking their power back. This is part of the rejoice and celebration. This is part of how this person is feeling in this renewal period. They're feeling happy. I see a lot of joy and generosity and caring in this card. Like this is somebody who's now in a completely different state of mind than this Eight of Swords. And the Tower card. So the Tower card is this crisis. This is what it represents, something coming to an end. I get pulled back to the King of Cups. So he had a part in this. He's part of this ending. He might be the second energy in this read. And this might have been what came to an end. It could have been a relationship with this King of Cups. And the Seven of Swords, lies. Lies that were uncovered, untruths. Manipulation. And it's keeping someone in this Eight of Swords. And this is what brought the Tower. Somebody didn't want to stay here anymore. Somebody found the courage to stand up for themselves, to confront these truths, something that they instinctively know, or that their intuition told them was true. Bringing a truth to light that allowed them to then move forward. It did bring hurt. It did bring about change, disappointment, heartbreak. But it's going to benefit this Queen of Swords in the long run. It gives her this joy, the joy that I see in this Six of Pentacles. I see a lot of joy in this card. On the Three of Pentacles, starting to see the fruits of your labor. Things are starting to get better. We're sort of moving forward. We're finding happiness again. We're getting our feet under us again. Things are starting to look up. And the Five of Swords. And this Five of Swords is tied to the King of Cups. Selfish. Selfish lies. It's like he's preying on somebody's emotions, or he sees somebody moving on, whoever this Queen of Swords represents. He sees her moving on. Maybe he sees that he chased away someone who is actually a very good match for him, someone that was very good for him, because we do have the same, we have the same suit, but I don't feel like he's finding the same suit. I don't feel like he's necessarily finding someone else. He might have actually, you know what, now that I say that, he might have remarried. But I don't see true love in the cards. That's not what I see for this King of Cups and whoever this is. This is something else that's selfish. This is something else that's negative. It does not involve this Queen of Swords, though. This Queen of Swords was able to rise above this situation with the Eight of Swords and find her clarity. And so he might have moved on and married this Queen of Cups. But he hasn't changed his colors. He hasn't changed his color, so I wouldn't be surprised if that one wound up as a Tower card too. I wouldn't hold my breath on this being some kind of happily ever after for him. On the Four of Cups, emotional withdrawal. Or if this Queen of Cups doesn't really care for him. Like, doesn't care for him. Like, she's putting on a show too because she's got her own selfish reasons for whatever's going on over here. So like I said, that's whatever this is not true love. This Queen of Swords, in what she did, she got the better end of this deal. Yes, it came with heartbreak. Yes, it came with a lot of change and a lot to process and deal with, but she still got the better end of it. Whatever's going on here is not positive. It's fake. Fake is what I keep getting. It's fake. It's a facade. So Nine of Wands does represent a journey over time. And this is speaking to this healing process for this queen. This is speaking to the renewal. It's speaking to this moving forward and this rebuilding. In this Nine of Wands, though, I see moving towards something better. I see moving towards triumph, moving towards success. This is going to be a better chapter for this Queen of Swords. She, like I said, she got the better end of this deal. It might not have felt that way at a lot of different times, but she definitely caught the better end of this. Because this one's still living in whatever this fake situation is. And he's going to catch it. He's going to catch the short end of the stick in whatever this is. Because I feel like this is headed for a tower. Because it's not real. It's not based on something deep and solid. And the Seven of Pentacles, and I feel a duality in the Seven of Pentacles. It is representative of an abundant harvest. So in terms of this Queen of Swords, who is able to take her power back, she's putting the work in healing. She's putting the work in moving forward, and she will reap the benefits of that with the joy that the Six of Pentacles and the abundance that the Six of Pentacles represents. This is her beautiful new chapter that she's getting. This king is going to reap his own benefits, and they're not going to be quite as happy because, like I said, whatever this is, these cards represent to this King of Cups. This is fake. It's a facade, and he will reap the harvest of that as well. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care.